Johnny? Is that you, my hero? John, you gotta DM me, bro. I feel like we gotta be friends or something, bro. We gotta do something about these lights, though. That's the main thing, man. Lights. Good, Samuel. Good morning. RB stands for rejection block. So mark out the lowest body on the daily swing low. You'll see what we traded into. There might be an SMT there. How are we handling the government shutdown? Yeah, well, I don't know exactly what's going on with this government shutdown, but I actually haven't watched the video yet, Hamza. Please do not spoil. I don't want to get any preconceived notions. Um, Pre-market plan. Can anyone tell me what the news is off the top of their head? I have to check. I'll just check. I don't remember. I think it was 10 a.m. red folder, right? I think you have to wait till it's PMI. 10 a.m. PMI. Okay, so daily PO3 says higher. Daily PO3 plus intraday order flow says higher towards Asia slash high of day. Let's go, Connor. Going into market open. Very simple. So just the way this formed, right? I wouldn't expect this low to get taken, at least not until we take out Asia high or high of day. You know, obviously we could reverse from that level. If I'm being honest, originally I was bearish going into the week, but the way this is formed, I feel like we'd have to break down aggressively lower if I'm going to change my bias, which is possible. But I'll give you guys the game plan. Welcome everybody. TikTok numbers are kind of low, man. 140 only. Weird. Good morning, Ruth. Trying tea with no sugar today. Government shutdown. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not completely. Never traded through a government shutdown. I think it'll make a big difference. How to draw midnight? I would use an indicator called ICT kill zones and pivots. Gatie, what time you wake up today? I woke up at 8:45. What tea? I'm drinking Earl Grey, no sugar. I did put some honey. Doesn't really taste that good. No, it has nothing to do with money. It's just to my knowledge, it means Trump and Congress have not come into an agreement on a certain bill, I think. And if they haven't come into an agreement, I think they do a government shutdown or something. Just, yeah, something like that. I don't think it's gonna be too great cup. That's what I'm saying. Yo, what do you guys think about this cup, man? Are we locked in or what? Profit boost cup. Yeah, we're going into market open bullish. No, I wouldn't short to the hourly. I'm gonna wait for high. I'm gonna give you guys the game plan now. I'm not anticipating London low. Anything? I'm done. Bias would only shift if we get aggressive bearish order flow. Okay. Game plan. I'm gonna show you guys right now. Don't worry. It's to look for A plus classic model. If not A plus classic, A plus. I'm gonna say to look for A plus model before the macro. If nothing before the macro, wait for 10:02. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys the game plan. Pretty simple game plan. Now we can just chill, answer some questions in the meantime. So, how's everyone doing, man? TP's live, interesting, nice. Thought about the shutdown? Right? Thought about it. Bro, I need like 200 on 2x funded for a payout request. I'm fighting the FOMO. Listen, you're gonna have to just turn your balance off, turn your ticks money off, and just trade, brother. You know what? I don't have a funded next futures account. I might buy one right now. Wait, funded net? Oh, funded next. I don't have one right now. I had the one, but I did blow that account, and I haven't really got another one since. He's gonna end stream at 10 a.m. He's gonna tape read the. Yo, screw this guy, bro. Why? She streamed longer, but it is what it is. I feel good, man. It's good, Fatal. Yep. You call yourself profitable? Do I call myself profitable? I know I'm profitable. I don't call myself profitable. I don't really care what term you want to give it. I'm just focused on my journey, you know. When are you entering? When my model forms? Data's unfunded. How many did we pass from last month? I have 8 fundeds currently, and I probably won't be going for any more evals until we get another payout. Good shit, Derek. Nice. Low of the week is in. It's possible, yeah. You guys want to know You guys want me to give you the sauce of what's the probability of that being low of week? Do you guys want to know? I have the number. It's not as high as I think. As um, it's an eval a new account. Eval's like a challenge account. Evaluation. Biggest payout number? Don't worry about that, brother. Under 5 figures for now. Hopefully. Good morning, Nicola. Appreciate you coming through, brother. The probability of this Wednesday being the low of week is, if I remember correctly, it's around 10%. It's not as bad. It's 12%. Oh wait, no, sorry. Up close. It's very low. Seven. Yeah, it's 7%. I'm gonna be honest. In the last 15 years, there's only been 16 weeks where Wednesday formed the low of week. Is this true information? Oh no, no, no. It has to be up close low. Wait, this data's no good. Up close high, down close low. It should be down close high. Ah, although I still think I'll have to. The data's good. I put the results. Oh, I have to redo this ASAP. Anyways, I gotta put a note. Let me go see. I have the original data. I want to find this right now. This person's being spam my bio. Whoa, get away, bro. Weirdos, man. Weirdos. Let me see. Okay, I have the data here. So let me just. Chance of Wednesday, low of week, and up close week. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Just getting this data point real quick. It's gonna be quite important, I suppose. 7% of the time, yeah. So I was right. Based on the table. Here it is. Up close, low. Yeah, 7%. While down close high has a 57% chance of Monday being safe. So that's the only thing that makes me a little bit skeptical in this being low of week, because that's basically what we're saying, if we're going to break above those highs. But I will say, I think I can trust the price action more. Red line represents a 15-minute CISD. It tells me order flow is bullish right now. So I'll give you guys some numbers. No way we don't take Thursday low. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I would rather see my statistics, my personal statistics tell me it's more likely to go lower. But price action is saying differently, and I want to go with price action right now. Hopefully, it might shift. Note. Um, Very interesting. Yeah. I only have no, I don't have SMT with that stuff. But I do have some level of SMT in my study. Anyways, let me make it very clear so you guys understand what's the game plan here. We're gonna be trading. Listen closely. All my fundeds will be traded today. Well, if I take a trade on screen, what you're gonna see is paper trading. Okay, why? Because I want to chart on the mini. Okay, so as long as I say I'm taking this on my fundeds, you guys don't have to ask any questions. I have 8 funded. Well, I guess 7. One of them I'm not trading. So just know I have all the fundeds loaded up. We are copy trading, and I'm simply I want to chart on the mini, and obviously I would never trade minis on a funded account. Also, my trade copier wouldn't allow me to execute on TradingView anyways. So just keep that in mind. So we are bullish, and I want to see potential long setups here towards opening range gap. We're going to mark out these quadrants. Very important for my trading personally. Opening range gap 0, 1, and then we're going to run the fib. Find out where the other levels are. All right, we have 48675. We have 811075. We have 83425. Okay, so you have all the fib levels there. Right, that's 0.25, org 50, org 75. Hope you guys can see that pretty clearly. This is a good model, classic model. Accumulation, manipulate lower, 930, take out the sell side. But there's no entry. There's no entry here. So we may buy first presentation. We already hit org 50. I do want to see org 75 and org 1. So we have a first presentation here. Maybe we can buy inside that. But I won't take it all the way up there, that's for sure. Make sure we have ticks on. Just tea with no sugar, man, is not the best, if I'm being honest. Anyway, drawn liquidity, I'll say the main one is gonna be the main draw here is gonna be new day opening gap over like this area right here. See this cluster of levels I have marked? Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So again, we're charting the mini. You could say it's more accurate, I guess. Not really more accurate, it's just. Is it October 7th? Someone needs to remind, bro. October 7th? 7, 8, 9, 10. On the 7th, I have to make sure I wear contacts. Don't wear my contacts. Might do the. I don't know if anyone in chat done laser eye surgery? I'm curious. You did? How was it, bro? I'm scared to do the surgery. I think I'm gonna do it. You got LASIK? I think I'm gonna do it. The reason the doctors don't get the lasers themselves? True, actually, I guess. So I want to do it, but I'm scared. I think I'm gonna be doing it this October, guys. As long as I'm eligible. Saved up the money. Sounds painful? No, it's not painful. It's scary though. It is scary. My bro did it. Said it was worth it. Yeah, people tend to say it's worth it. So I would say most people say it, but the surgery is fine. But after a couple hours, you get 20/20 vision. You get 20/20 vision or better. Yeah. You ever tell me to cause my dry eye syndrome after a decade or more? Scary is painful. Scary is painful so much. Yeah, it's funny. My mom said it was worth it. Just do one eye. Just do one eye. What the? You'll get a lazy eye from it? That's not true. Apparently, the statistics show wearing contacts long term is more dangerous than just wearing than doing the surgery. That was a very interesting statistic that I found out. I wouldn't mind buying first presentation here and calling it a classic model, but I really need a good fill, you know? So either we get a protraction that's like A plus. It's expensive. It's gonna be like 4K USD for me. You wear contacts every day, bro. I wear contacts every day for 12 hours a day, bro. Sometimes more. So trust me, bro. I feel you. Yeah, if we got a fill around here. You had LASIK, best thing ever. I guess we're gonna do it, huh? LASIK is the best thing ever. I appreciate it. You guys made me feel better about it, to be honest. You guys made me feel better about it. If I do LASIK in the Middle East, it'll cost 10 times less, yes, but my trip to the Middle East will probably cost more than the actual surgery. What calculation do you do? Just how much to risk? NQ chart looks different. I'm in the NQ Mini. You may be on the NQ Micro. Well, it looks pretty much the same, if I'm being honest. If you're paying cash, I got a discount. I can pay. I'm gonna be paying cash. That's. I don't think I'll regret it. No. Why is your opening gap? Okay, opening price right there. Closing price. This should be your gap. 95 points on the NQ Mini. Might be different on the Micro slightly, but how much is it? It's like I live in Canada. It's gonna be around 5.5K. You ever trade other commodities? So rarely. When are you gonna end the live? Whenever my trading is done. Minimum, I'd say 11. Good luck on that operation table. There's no 9:45 news. It's 10 a.m. news. Wait, is today Wednesday or Thursday? Oh, you're right. There's 9:45. Yeah, we're probably gonna wait till 10 a.m. today, I would say. PT's live. Yeah, I'll watch that later. How long will you do this live? Once December comes, we're probably gonna move to Discord streams. I've already been streaming. I think when December comes, yeah, that'll be like a year and 6 months straight of morning live streams. I've missed a very few days. There's not 9:45 news. Let me check financial juice. I don't see 9:45 news on financial juice, but I do see it in alpha. Oh no, I do. U.S. S&P manufacturing PMI final. Yeah, it's at 9:45. Yeah. Appreciate you, Kingpin. What car is that, bro? It's a nice car. Yeah, there is 9:45. So I'm probably gonna be waiting. Either then, we're not gonna find a setup before then anyway. How would it affect the market? Probably just volatility. Looking for longs, Evan. I think up here is really strong. I mean, to be honest, we've already kind of got there, but High of day, previous day's high. I think that's all in the scope. To me, this looks like a nice buy model as well. I think we can get all these levels today. Looks like we're gonna chop, bro. It's been 10 minutes, bro. Just give it a chance, my brother. There's other news sites, Leo. I'm looking at Financial Juice. Anyway, yeah, there's nothing to trade here. Um, bro, you might not even be wrong here. Wouldn't be surprised, if we chopped the whole session. I think I'm gonna remove these two markers. Just focus on opening range gap 150, then obviously somewhere in the middle. Just eyeball it. Keep the chart clean. We hit new day opening gap. Where's midnight opening price? Oh, it's right there. My name's Amir. And the tea is, bro. Is it just me? Sugar like changes the full taste of tea. Like it doesn't even taste like at all the same. You can only see the gap if you go on regular trading hours. It does. Maybe I have low quality. In my opinion, bro, when I drink, why did you include the good question. It's because there's a volume imbalance right here. Very important. Maybe you don't like tea, you like sugar. That's funny. That's very possible. That is very possible. I don't know. It just for me it just tastes like very different. Berries tea? No, maybe I'll have to try berries tea. What's the difference? It's just how to correctly annotate it. You got to include the volume imbalance. You try the 10-minute delay. That would be because you don't have real-time data. Yes, include wicks on the volume imbalance. Yes. I haven't watched the suspension block video yet. ICT is live. Yep. I'll be watching that after. See that sensitivity at New Day opening gap. Okay, now we're coming back. We might get a really nice setup here. I might trade through news on Apex, but not on Alpha. I'm gonna have to wait on Alpha, unfortunately. Obviously, because it's one of the rules. I've seen all ICT videos except the most recent one. Yeah, YM's really bullish. Yeah, I gotta do something about these lights, man. They're too damn strong. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So for example here, this fair value gap. See how this wick gets to 50%? Don't include it then. You draw this fair value gap like this. Right. You don't have to watch them all, I'm gonna be completely honest. There's a lot of overlap. But if it was me, I'd go back. Like, I'll always, if I could go back, I would still go back and watch them all. Let's say we got something like that, 30 points. Yeah. I'm bullish. I'm just saying I wouldn't change anything. So we do have a news drop in 1 minute. Just gonna be waiting for that. Yeah, once news drops, we'll minimize chat and focus up. I do have my live account open here too, so I want to make sure I'm fully locked in. What you think about the shutdown? No, nothing much. Right, normally this would form a bullish order block, but I'd I'd only anticipate a consolidation here if I'm being honest. But it's possible 945 just shoots up. All right, let's minimize chat. Let's lock in here. So just a reminder, I have all my funded accounts open, ready to trade. Um, and Yeah, this will be an NQ mini execution on demo. But whatever I take here, I'll be taking on the micro on my funded accounts. Again, the reason being is because I want to chart on the mini. I don't want to chart on the micro. I want to chart on the mini. So if I want to show you guys a trade, I have to, I have to chart the mini. Choice. So this is a bullish order block because we closed above the body. Would I treat it as a bullish order block? No. Still think the market's going sideways. The day opening gap. Yeah. We do have 10 a.m. news. It looks like we may stay consolidated until 10 a.m. If so, I'll open chat back up, answer some questions until 10 a.m. If we get a really nice setup here, like say we get, it's a really nice, clean, obvious one, I'd probably go long there. We hit this one, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just measure. Okay, it's been 11 minutes since we hit 50%. If this forms a fair value gap, sweeps, and then I get an inversion, I'd probably long that inversion. Nice. I would probably long this inversion if it doesn't form a fair value gap, then I don't want to trade it because then it's just wicks. 7 minute looks clean. I'll just say that much. Yeah, see, there's no fair value gap there. It's just overlapping. That's a good sign of consolidation. And I remember what I said. I said in the analysis, if it's not A plus before 10 a.m., no trade. Just wait. That overlap right there, kind of tells me it's not really A plus. So we're gonna be more patient. Just most likely here, we're gonna be waiting till 10 a.m. Yeah, just simply the smart thing to do, I believe. Wait till 10 a.m. Maybe the market will aggressively break down. If we got a 15-minute CIST, I would change my bias. Again, like I said, in terms of statistics, Monday high of week is a lot more likely than Wednesday low of week. So in terms of statistics, technically, we're more likely to go down. However, if you consider the order flow and the daily power of 3, London low, below midnight, obviously it's contradicting. So I am still bullish. That has not changed. I am still bullish. But if the market aggressively reverses, then I know exactly where it's going. It's going to take Wednesday's low. Anyways, 12 minutes until news. Appreciate you, Amir. This tease just ass now. It's just getting worse and worse. There's no rule about no on advanced. There's no trading rules, my brother. You hit the gym? I do. I'm doing my best. I did have a back injury, recently recovered, so I had it just last week. I did go to the gym again, hoping that stays the same. What you think about the CIST, like when it forms? What do I think? You need a more specific question than that. Really starting to see some volatility here. We took Monday's low. Yeah, we took Monday's low. I'm saying right now Monday is high of week, and Monday high of week, in terms of statistics, generally speaking, Monday high of week is a lot more probable than Wednesday low of week. Right now we have Wednesday is low of week. So the argument I'm trying to make is, this might actually make me change my bias, by the way. I think it will. Because like I said, Monday high of week is way more probable. Is way more probable um than this low here. If you want the exact number, I'll give it to you guys. 7% chance that this is low of week, according to my data, which could be correct. I only ran that test 2 times. So mind you, could be incorrect. But you go back to all the up close weeks. How often does Wednesday form the low? It's rare. So I like seeing this. I like seeing this right now. I wanted to change my original bias. Um, if we got an A plus protraction model here, I'd probably execute. I'm viewing this high as probably protected high for the morning. Minimize chat. If we got an A plus protraction now, I would execute. If it doesn't form now, I'm gonna wait till noon. So if we get something like that, I like that. This is the fib I'm looking at. Why this specifically? Because I don't expect even this high to get taken. So why is this on the left? This always happens. I'm gonna remove those annotations. I'll re-annotate if I have to. Actually, what I do want to do is mark out open range gap 75%. Yeah, because that's where we found sensitivity. I want to keep that annotated just for demonstration purposes. So that opening range gap 7.5 level, you can see very nicely rejected. All those converging levels. Yeah, I want to get in short, but I don't want to get in short and get stopped out by news. So we're gonna wait. But I am bearish now, just to confirm to everyone. I am changing my bias. This is what I prefer to see. You know, align with my higher time frame narrative that Monday high week is stronger. And it is stronger. Obviously, I could be wrong. We could still reverse. I don't want to change anyone else's bias if you're bullish. Be bullish. You don't have to trade the same way as me. I will be looking for shorts. I'm pretty confident personally. It'll be a good study at the end of the day. Anyways, yeah. This OB forms, I wouldn't short that. Too low for news. In my opinion, too low. I'd want to see it pull at least at 50% of the range, I'd say. I think that would be a good short. Give me a first presentation tap. Obviously, we could just get an order block here. Okay, it's a valid model technically. Would I trade it? No, I'd rather wait till news if I'm going to short right here with a stop here. Could it deliver very quickly to low of week? Yeah, it could. Start asking questions like how much lower than low of week can we go? I'd look at this level here. 50% of that wick. Call it 5-2. I mean, we should call it 5-1-2-5. Let's be accurate here. That may be marked incorrectly. I'll go back and do that. Or we're range bound. It's always possible, right? It's possible. Always something to consider nowadays, especially. We hit the 50%. We hit first presentation. This OB 955. It's cutting it short. It may be like a 2 micro trade for Apex. Not something I would probably take on Alpha Futures. Just cutting it way too close for comfort. 10 a.m. news ruins everything, man. Why they gotta be right in the prime time macro? Literally the worst time for news. Why can't they just do all that shit at like 9:30 or something? Seriously, someone's gotta change that. Do I want to keep first presentation annotated here? Like it. I mean, we're gonna have to wait for news because even if the OB forms in 1 minute, it'll be 9:56. That's 4 minutes away from news. There's no way I can execute a trade in 9:56. Maybe I'll put like one micro on Apex with a stop at the high. Even if like hypothetically, let's just say we got a trade like this, that's still really good risk to reward. So even if I aim for more, like it's still probably worth it, I would say, to get at least a position up here. But I don't know, we'll see. Right now, what I want to see is it stay right here. I want 10 a.m. to open, move higher, break. That will be A plus. Let's say hypothetically we got the OB. So we're looking at around probably a 4 micro trade. I'm trying to risk 250. No, hold on. That can't be right. Say we got an closure here, stop loss there. 30 times 2 is 60. 60 times 4. Oh, even when I double my risk, we can barely get in like multiple micros here. I guess it is what it is. ES left equal lows as well. Definitely something to know. How did we close on the 15? That's really important. We did not get the 15-minute CISD. That's a very important thing to understand, that we did not get that 15-minute CISD. Anyways, we'll just wait for 10. Yeah. 15-minute CISD changes the order flow in my opinion. So this high, like for example here, 15-minute CISD. So we did just come back down, sweep. Let's just wait till 10:02. Keep it simple. We got 5 minutes of price action. Let's just see what happens, and then we'll reanalyze when we have the full information. I'm gonna remove this annotation here. I do see that retracement to opening range gap. This retracement to opening range gap 50. Zero fair value gap we're respecting in there. And the 5 minute is there. Oh, this inversion would be this inversion would be probably an A plus setup, if I'm being honest. Do I think it's gonna? I wouldn't take it because of news, but I'm just saying if it inversed, I'd probably give that A plus. It may not. It may form an order block, move higher. I suppose we'll keep previous day's high marked out, just so we know where it's potentially going. If it wants to go higher. For now, I'm still bearish, by the way. But if there was an eval here, I'd probably just short this. I don't have any evals, do I? If I was in an eval, I would just short, stop at the high, and hope news can pass that eval for me. A really quick move lower. Yeah, 3 more minutes of price action. By the way, we did not inverse. Just want to make that very clear. We came 1 tick below, although ES did inverse, so. We're about to get a full order block in here. I'm going to remove first presentation. It's taking up too much space. Why is the cleanest setup forming 1 minute before news? Like this is an A plus setup, man. Whether it plays or not, this is A plus for this is A plus for me. The 5 minute shifted as well. All right, 10 a.m. news in 3 seconds. Is it going fast? Is it lagging? Seems like it's gonna be a just chill candle. Oh, city of comfort. Okay, what I want to see now, then I'm in the trade. Simple as that. Respect this fair value gap for me, and then give me an OB. If the next candle closes down, OB. Next candle opens at 10:01 and then closes, so 10:02 we can enter short maybe. Yeah, maybe it's possible. Although, if I'm being honest, I don't even know. I mean, it would be this OB we could take, right? Or if we want to make a higher high and break, that's fine too. Or we're bullish. This inverts when we move higher. I don't favor that narrative, but it's possible. Or we have another consolidation of doom morning session and then lunch just dumps. Wouldn't be surprised. Say that much. Anyways, if you guys didn't know, if anyone in October uses my Alpha Futures code, I'm gonna enter you in a giveaway to. I'm gonna give away 2 iPads. 2 iPads giveaway. It is a code-based giveaway, so if you use my Alpha Futures code, if you choose to use mine, please send me a message on Discord. If you use it in the month of October, DM me and I will add you into the giveaway. If you use my code once, that's 1 entry, and it's giveaway for October. So 2 winners, 2 iPads. Um, yeah. If you use my code, just DM me. A lot of people use my code; they never tell me. You might as well. I mean, unless you really don't want the iPad, someone else can win. That's fine too. Hmm. Oh, just watching the candles. Pretty range bound, if I will admit. I don't know if we actually took out Asia high. We did take out Asia highs, yes. Yes, trade into the 15-minute civvy there. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, normally, so we take out the high there. If we break lower now, I would execute. That is a CISD, but I don't think that'll happen. It looks like we're probably going to make a higher high in the session, but it's possible. So, and I would execute it. So if that forms, I will take. Could the bias be bullish? Is it just gonna range the entire day until lunch again? Nothing's clear anymore, man. We reinvert the first presentation. Maybe we get an SMT there and break lower. YM broke lower, stays pretty down. Nvidia, let's check out Nvidia. Nvidia's bearish too, man. And we inverse the 5. If you're bullish, you probably want to take that to previous day's high. Not really my style. We'll see. I mean, we can always take a deep retraction if it becomes really obvious. The fact that we're going all the way up here, I mean, I'd assume high of day, previous day's high. But you know what? Even this high here has a really good chance of being held. I'm not really favoring the long still, if I'm being honest. I'm not, personally. I'm not favoring the long. I'm still bearish, I think. Don't really want to see high of day get taken. Probability wise, it's likely to stay. On Monday, high of week is probability wise likely to stay. Kind of risky to rely on my probabilities. You know, I haven't traded with them specifically, but could short this inversion. Not A plus, but okay, we got a fail there. 25 times 2. Yes, I mean, maybe we can squeeze out a 5 micro trade. No inversion, though. Unless the next candle does it. I think I would execute this inversion if I'm being honest. I don't really want to see it go much higher than this. Obviously, I could be wrong. I like this. I mean, we 10 a.m. opens higher. Yeah, we put in a wick. But I didn't really trade body with the body any lower than that 10 a.m. opening price. So we can get a nice inversion here. Not really giving speed. Doesn't seem like it's really wants to go lower. Yes, looks really bearish still. Okay, the 5 minute. Yep, then we're gonna try this inversion. If we get sensitivity here. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna try that inversion. 4 micros. I know it says 5 here. I'm a little bit under risk. I'll add another micro on my funded accounts. Say if it gets lower. So right now I'm risking 4 micros. So a little bit under risk. Want to risk. Let's get the stop here correct real quick. Getting short in that inversion fair value gap. And I will look to add 1 micro if possible. I think we'll just add 1 there. Pick up the full risk. All right, so we're fully risked on this trade now. Just based off the sensitivity. I want to see a run to the sell side. Like that ES put 3 equal highs right there. But we'll see. Pretty good trade idea, I'd say. 2 minute is still there, being respected. We'll see if we get follow through or not. It feels a lot better on the funded, by the way. It's around 800. Like we may get stopped on this trade. It would have sped up lower if this was a This was a correct trade. I don't just want to bail early just yet. I don't think I'll bail early on this one. I think I'm gonna give it a chance. We do reinverse. Yeah, I think we're just gonna get stopped. Give it a chance, but if we can get a short-term high lower than this one, that's a really good sign. I think we will. I don't know, probably not, but giving us a chance to. No, we can't really reduce our risk much. Stops at 824. Just gonna put this at 8. Be precise in my stop placement. Yeah, we were probably stopped out here. I suppose we, can run this high. Okay, we're stopped there. Yeah, it looks like we'll probably run the buy side here. I'm just gonna leave that marked for now. We'll just see what happens. If we got another OB here, I'd probably try again. If it formed right now. Like if this was just a soup and then break. We're probably gonna get S&T at the high. Suppose I could have waited for the 2-minute inversion there, but I like that trade still. Not A plus, but anyways, let's see if we take out the buy side. It looks like we probably will, and then we'll get an SMT. That could offer, the short I'm looking for. I don't really want to see a run to high of day. I don't want to see it go there, up all the way up here, but it could, obviously. If it forms the OB here, when I execute that short, I would probably try it again. Hopefully it doesn't, but hopefully it just goes up to the high here. Because if it does form the OB here, I will short again. I would definitely will. So I want to see it run the high, get the SMT, and then break lower. But if it wants to keep this high intact, give me an order block off this short-term high sweep, ES and premium, I would take that trade as well. Should speed up here, take out the buy side. Okay, maybe short after the buy side is taken. Just waiting. I want to see the high get taken. Ideally, we get an S&T there, but we don't have to. Doesn't change much. We don't even have to take out the high. I just prefer it. Hopefully, we just see a run through here. If we get a run through there and then closure here, that's a good short I can take. If I was bullish, I guess I'd be entering at 10:03 OB. If the word's not the best, but you can probably get 1R there. I'm convinced it'll take this high. I'm not convinced it's going to be a buy side expansion for the day. But I guess we'll find out. Currently down 1R. Nothing new. First trade's been a loss the last like 4 days. Hopefully it's not the exact same as the last 4 days because they've been difficult. Price is getting really slow in here, man. Look at these candles. 7-point candle, 8-point candle. I just want to see something like this with speed. Oh man, these candles are slow. I don't know the statistic on that, Paul. Good question. The chances of taking both. That's not the statistic. The statistics I'm using on this trade is one, this high is more likely to stay in place than this low. And this high is also more likely to stand than this low. Those are the statistics. I'm bearish because Monday high of week is more likely than Wednesday low of week. SMT. When it forms here, I'll show you exactly what it is. Look at my right chart and look at my left chart. See this high? It's going to get taken on NASDAQ, but not on the S&P 500. At least when it first hits, if it hits. We're coming off a daily OB. Yeah, I see the daily OB down there. If you're talking about this, I see it. But I like my statistics on this. Also, could just be a range thing. This wouldn't be surprising. I want to see the buy. What I want to see is this buy side get taken, and I want to see a breakdown. Let's look at 4 hour. Yeah, I see the 4 hour BISI here. Yeah, I see it. I understand why people are bullish. I don't disagree. 100% you could make an argument. Is the ITG marked out right? Yeah. You wouldn't include this one because the wick is too high. But there is a 2-minute gap there. So if you wanted to say, there wasn't good confirmation on that trade. Close below 50%. The 2-minute never inverse, but the 1-minute did. I keep that marked out like this. Why you're bearish today? The reason I'm bearish is because Monday high of week is more likely to Monday high of week is more likely to hold than Wednesday low of week. Same thing for this high of day here. Obviously, could be wrong, but we'll see. Okay, so here's the SMT. Someone was asking. We took out this high on NASDAQ, but we didn't take it out on the S&P 500. Okay. Now, ES could go up and take out the high. It's possible, but it may not. And I would prefer to see it not. And I would prefer to see a CISD right here, right now. Delivery for long is not the best, yeah. I mean, that was a nice long. I'll admit that was a nice long. Had the wrong buys in that period of time at least. Market pulled higher. I like this 15-minute gap. I'd want to see probably, if it goes any more than this, like it's probably just going to take out high of day, which kind of probably kills the narrative. I mean, at that point, we probably get previous day's high as well. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the 2-minute protraction long was pretty good. Exactly. Just had to be bullish. Stop and profit. Nice, bro. Yeah, org highs in there. Exactly. Pretty explosive price run above the buy side here. I've one loss so far. If you want to do that, Dakota, go to the top right, sync interval. Mm-hmm. Weird day today? No, I wouldn't say weird. No, depends what happens. You've been doing it twice for so long. I mean, yeah, it wasn't the nicest delivery from here to here, I'll admit, but didn't you say you weren't going to trade before NP? That's tomorrow. You can hold trade through news, yeah. Just don't close before or 2 minutes before or after. So don't get stopped or don't. There's no NFP because government shutdown. Wait, really? Is that a thing for real? Oh shit, it's crazy. About to make a new high of day. There it is. That would be amazing, yeah. Previous day's high is in the scopes if it wants to get there. Suppose my original bias was maybe more probable. It's hard to say. That first long, first win in a while. Nice, bro. S&P is gone, yeah. I don't believe there's another one. There's there's one here. I don't know if it means much. The fact that we took this high makes me believe we're going to take this one as well. Previous day's high. I suppose if we get a protraction model, but we have to wait and see. We'd have to like for me to short now, we'd have to really come down here, and I would view just this simply just a run on buy side, but unlikely at this point. Previous day's high looks like the immediate draw right now. I suppose I would take a protraction model to previous day's high, but if it were to aggressively break, I would short that as well. So I don't want to be on both sides for now. I'm just going to wait, see what happens. Ten oh six. It's a good fill on 1006. Full for my account made 2.1K. Nice, bro. Bro, you're so bad at trading. All this guy does is yap and then lose when he enters after 3 hours of talk. I've never even had a stream that's 3 hours long. So your argument doesn't make sense. Leaning towards long because of the 4 hour work during London. Yeah, that's valid, bro. It is valid. London rejected off discount, manipulated below, we went above. I was bullish as well to start the session. I guess we'll just have to see. I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I guess Monday Hive Week is in the scopes. But let's see. It's not over yet. Why don't you consider the S&P at the lows? It doesn't make a difference for my narrative. Like I said, the narrative is simple. Monday high of week is more likely than Wednesday low of week. And the same narrative for the high that this was put in here. So it's just about statistics. Yeah, we do have the fact that London manipulated below midnight and then closed above. That's also a contradicting statistic because when that happens, we are more likely to run higher. So maybe I should have trusted that a bit more. I was originally bullish, but then after seeing this break lower, I found that 82, it kicked my trade, then go to my full TP 2.3R. It happens. Yeah, if protraction model long, I mean, technically this is one. I don't know if I would take this order block though. It's way too far in premium. All right, but bullish fair value gap in there. It closed above. That's an order block. You'd want to see speed towards previous day's high here. It's just too high up. No, I don't recommend always putting your stop at break even. I only move my stop to break even if it makes sense. Anyone else getting longs at 10.11? 10.11 is a good long too off the order block here. Not a bad long. That's what I probably would have taken if I was bullish. I don't think I would have engaged here. But this one off the 2 minute, I think that was probably the best for me personally. Because 10.03, I don't like 10.03. The way it formed here with a wick after sweeping the high. But here, I mean, really what I should have done is probably switch my bias at that specific moment. All hindsight now. The OB here is really nice. What's YM doing? Okay, interesting. So we'll just wait and see if previous day's high delivers. $10.03 is a protraction. Yes, you are right. I'm just saying the protraction that formed at 10.11 to me is a lot easier to trust than the protraction that formed at 10.03. Just for me personally. Why? Because I don't like the separation here. I don't like the fact that it took out this high and wicked. And I don't like the fact that there's a 5-minute bearish fair value gap still in play. If it reaches previous day high, what am I expecting? What I'm mostly expecting would be consolidation or an absolute rip to Monday's high. But if it decides to break down really aggressively right after taking previous day's high, it'd have to break down aggressively. Then I would look for shorts. I don't think that'll happen though. I'm just saying if something like this happened, okay, I'd look for shorts going into lunch hour. I don't think that's gonna happen. What I think is gonna happen, we're gonna take previous day's high in like 15 minutes, and then it may just continue up to Monday's high. Just the way it's continuing right now. No juice. You've been wrong all day. Then don't listen to me, bro. You took one trade, lost. Lunch starts at 11:30. I believe that the only mistake was being wrong towards the bias, which is just right to be. Yeah, I think we just had wrong. But I guess in hindsight, longs were probably more likely than shorts. Just because we didn't get the 15-minute CISD. That's probably what I should have used. Probably should have used that because I think that would have changed a lot. The fact that we got this, it's like this candle at 956 pretty much confirms. I'd say shouldn't be reinversing first presentation there. I just use that as a change. Anyways, if we get a nice protraction model, I don't mind going long to previous day's high, so we'll see if we can get that. You have session? Then leave, bro. I never said short the news. I don't even know what that means. Wish I would have left position on that, but I took many parcels. That's okay. How does an order block form? I would recommend watching my YouTube video on order blocks if you wanted that. Yeah, it's really slow. I do think it'll get there though, or at least put equal highs, one or the other. Can't wait for December, bro. You see the toxicity? You should have seen it when I was in the trade. I had chat closed. Probably a lot of hate when I was in the trade. I took one short. We got stopped. TikTok chat sounds jarring. I don't think that TikTok live is a good idea, bro. People too toxic. That's why I'll be moving. Why did you short a clear MMBM? Put that emoji next to it. Nope, this is on all my fundeds. Why did I short a clear MBM? Statistics. And then the model formed as well. It was bullish, yeah. It was bullish. What statistics? The probability of Monday high of week is a lot stronger than the probability of Wednesday low of week. So I did not want to see price draw higher. I thought once we took out Asia highs, we were deep enough premium to give a reversal and target the low of week, which is today, Wednesday. I had to determine that. I did a 15-year statistical backtest on that data. Go back on the NASDAQ. You'll find that only 7% of the time did Wednesday form low of week, while over 50% of the time, Monday formed high of week. You get those numbers and then tell me you're going to look for longs if you have those numbers. Obviously, the testing could be incorrect, but I did run the test twice and I got the same numbers. I compared the last 15-year results and the last 5-year results, and they pretty much gave the exact same numbers as well. It's a strong statistic. That's not a statistic you want to ignore, you know? In the last 15 years, I believe we had 17 weeks where Wednesday formed a low, and over like 50 or 100 weeks where Wednesday formed a high. I use Python coding to do that back test. And I won't share all the statistics, but I will share ones like that. If you're in the live streams and you watch, if I'm using a statistic, you'll hear me say it. Yeah, I got stopped out here. Where do I find those stats? You don't. Or you can do the coding yourself. What program to use? It's called Miniconda 3, and I give it prompts. I have to give it the data. You have to purchase the NASDAQ data. Yeah, you're right. Monday's still the high, but if we take previous day's high, I would assume we just take out this high as well. You're right. Technically, both narratives could be true at the same time. We're likely to go higher here. Monday high stays safe. Possible, but just based on what I've seen in the last 2 years and backtest 5,000 trades, it's probably going to also take Monday's high if it takes previous day's high, I would say. The last 15 years and the last 5 years data were like a couple percents off, so relatively the same. Yep, my Final Features is good. How long did you learn to do Python? I didn't learn to do Python. ChatGPT did it for me. I just taught ChatGPT how to do it. And Q didn't take today. Embarrass SMT. There is an SMT at the highs, yeah. I think it means much. Probably not. I still think previous day's highs can get hit. I'll never just take a random trade. It's not like I'm just. It was a good trade. Just had the wrong draw. Narrative could still be right. Maybe we don't get Monday's high, but looks like we probably will. You do it with free. I did it with paid ChatGPT, but I think free would be able to do it too. You just have to really teach it. You ever thought about automatic make indicator to mark your org levels? Yeah, sounds like a good idea. Just have too many other projects right now. Yeah, that probably seems like what's likely, Thon. Take a retracement trade in the macro. I would agree. To get data for backtest, you have to buy it from CME. Oh, we're seeing if previous day's high gets hit here. They removed NFP on Friday. There's a couple scenarios here. We may aggressively break after previous day's high. I don't like that we haven't seen any sell side run here. So I'm here for both. I don't think we'll get a long to previous day's high. And if we do aggressively break from previous day's high, then I will probably I'll probably give a short another chance. No, I wouldn't say it's high probability 1-to-1. It would be this OB. I don't even think it would be 1-to-1. 0.83. You could try to squeeze 1R if you wanted. You might be able to. Yeah, it's like an eval trade if anything. Just full port it. Maybe I should end the day here. Mistake made and have to accept it and move forward, right? Sounds like a good idea. But yeah, like there's opportunities. Nothing piquing my interest. I do like one thing, and that's if I do short, we'll probably go half risk. We haven't taken Monday's high yet, but the fact that we did come here, is very probably very telling that we will take out Monday's high and probably all-time high. Almost at previous day's high for those who've been waiting for like 5 years. That's good, Isaac. Nice. That's a good trade. You can do that, yeah, Daryl. Do you have alpha ticks? It's edging me. If price breaks after previous day's high, I would take a short. Yeah. Yep, you can do it, Daryl. Should be in the top right. It's right next to where it says daily loss limit, manual lockout. Like a little exclamation mark with a stop sign. Ooh. How far are we above Asia? We hit one. You trail your stop too much. It's a common scenario. People trail their stop too much because they don't want to lose. But in reality, you think you're saving yourself by trailing your stop tight, but in reality, you're not saving yourself. You're just missing out on money that should be made. No, I wouldn't take longs from the OB. I want to see potential take previous day low and then breaker. It takes a. Can I show how I do the backtest session on YouTube Live? We can maybe do that on the weekend or something. Got thought that I one take on longs. Oh, you had your. I'm not sure what you mean. Anyway, like I said, it could always form equal highs. Why keep a TP at 91375 when price reaches 912? Just close. It's not a big deal. That's why I never use TP. You lost an account today? It happens, bro. Yeah, it happens. Number 29, premium wick. Yes, I know the wick you're talking about. I missed a big move. Same. Do your parents work or did you retire them? My parents don't work, but I did not retire them. Would help a lot with data and research. Yeah, we can do that maybe on the weekend. Maybe not this weekend, but is today a no trade day valid? Depends if your model formed. You have to go back and say, did you miss any trades? Blew my eval today. PA still bad? I wouldn't say it was that bad. Did you long gold? Yeah, let's look at something else. I'd assume London low to be safe. Yeah. I have to take a protraction model. But yeah, I would look for longs over shorts because I wouldn't assume this low to be taken. Also, I think dollar was. Oh, yeah, I definitely would look for longs on gold. Is that the daily chart I just saw? I would not look for shorts. That's for sure. I didn't realize it was all-time highs. Uh, I would try this breaker if it forms. If I'm being honest, just again with the Monday high narrative, it's a 35-point stop. I mean, we could get the CISD instead. Obviously, we're going to be longing. Sorry, we're going to be shorting into a 15-minute bearish fair value gap. I'd probably go in half risk. Stop at the high DOB. 25 points. Yeah. We'll probably try it if I'm being honest. I'm gonna try it. It's a risky trade, but shoot. We have to get the CISD, obviously. No CISD yet. Am I evil to think that I want to see this edge previous day's high and then just completely dive lower? Is that an evil thing to say, or like that's pretty evil? Give me a good closure. No, there's nothing. In fact, there's an SMT here now, so there's a good chance this moves higher. No setup. For now, there's an SMT right there. I mean, this this is gonna be a risky short, but I still think I want to go for it. I want to give my idea two tries. It's not like it formed anyways yet. It did technically form on ES. Kind of more of like a Hail Mary trade. Assuming it forms. Again, it still has not formed. There is no trade right now. Right now we have equal highs at previous day's high, and we're in a bullish fair value gap. That's it. Nothing else. Let me remove the text here. Make a red line. That's all, right? We're in a bullish fair value gap, respecting 50%, and we have an SMT, previous day's highs right there with equal highs. Right? That's all that's there. Just want to keep that very clear. We are forming the 15. What's YM doing? Can't even say, to be honest. Oh, getting consolidation in here. If it was bearish, probably would have broke down already. If I'm being honest. It might. Possible. Trading is such a beautiful thing, isn't it? Someone needs to talk about the method where you just buy stocks and then you keep shorting on your prop firm account. Probably profitable. It's a win-win situation. You win on props, you get a big payout. You lose on props while you're up on your live account stocks. It's kind of like invincible. I wouldn't take a reversal short anymore. Probably have to be a protraction. There's a 15-minute gap right there. I'd probably expect this low to get taken, but we'll see. For now, we will just see. I want to mark this like this. That way I can mark the breaker. Doesn't look clean. Let's mark this with black. Also, this breaker annotation sucks. We do get the inversion fair value gap there. We do not get the CISD. Right, that would be right here. No breaker. Still an SMT. Might get the SMT. I'd probably short, like, if we get it, 2 micros. So less than half risk. And then add contracts if the trade plays out. Tell myself that's something I want to work on, right? To me, this looks so sus. Like, if this was bearish, like, this is not what the way it would be forming. This looks like it's gonna take out the low and then distribute higher. So, like, not really trusting anything here whatsoever. But we'll just see. The SMT is still there. It's so slow. Anyone's in a long. If you're in is anyone in a long and their TP was previous day's high and they still haven't taken it? Like, you had a TP there and you didn't close? Someone said me. Yeah, me. Let me ask you, why do you guys use limit orders for take profit levels? Why don't you just close manually when it gets close? You got edge. I exited one tick before I knew that shit was gonna happen. I'm not saying you should do that. I'm just asking. Discipline. Yeah, I mean, discipline's part of it, but it's 2 points, and we see confidence in draw. Wouldn't you say that this was the draw? You know, why does it have to actually touch the level for it to be the correct draw? Why would I close? That's bad discipline. I always viewed it differently, I guess. We've seen equal highs and lows form all the time. So why wouldn't, why not? No, this is how I see it. Why risk the chance of equal highs in a trade that delivered so nicely? It's not worth the risk. Because ICT says so? No. In fact, ICT specifically says, don't be the person who demands it hits your target and draw on liquidity. I'm not saying change your TP. Everyone should have a target. I'm saying, why does it need to hit your exact TP level for you to make money? Why demand such perfection for you to make money? You just took an amazing trade, and now it has to hit your exact level for you to get money? I think that's greed, personally, not discipline. And ICT would agree with me, by the way. He said it in 2024. He said it in 2024. It must be perfect. Anyway, that's just my take. That's why I don't use. That's why I don't use take profits. It's part of agreement. I'm glad my trade for Monday high won't be swept. That's what I'm thinking, bro. I still believe in my narrative of Monday high. Yeah, you chill. I mean, yeah, obviously you want to chill your stop. I'm saying like, okay, if your stop loss is here and your TP's here, and price comes this close, you're not gonna close as it gets really close. Like why? It's you're looking for like a $10. If you have 5 micros, it's one. It's not even 1 point, or is it 1 point? I don't know. 2 points, $20. Is it really worth it? We're acting like we've never seen equal highs before, you know? You also have to keep in mind we're day trading. It's not like you guys have a stop here and you have a swing trade or a short-term trade targeting previous day's high, right? That's not what's happening. We're in a day trade where price could easily, do something like this and it still reaches the target. So it's like 3K these few points. I mean, if it's 3K, I guess then it doesn't. It also doesn't matter. You're probably up like 100K on the trade or something. One tick. I like 1 to 2 points personally, but I don't know. Looks like we may get the expansion here. Don't edge me again, please. That's funny. Getting cooked on 1 micro. Obviously, we expect it to hit. Why close it? That's what I'm saying. You're not expecting. You're demanding. Very different. Very different. You're saying I will only make money if this exact level gets hit. And I think that's a very deadly mindset. Very deadly mindset. You shouldn't have the mindset that it has to hit my level in order for me to make money. That's not a good mindset. Look at the trade you took. You took an amazing trade. Why must it hit the exact level you have marked out on your chart? Market owes you nothing. Just because you anticipate a level to get hit, this is about making money. This isn't about previous day's high, right? This is about making money. You gotta do what makes most sense to bring in the dollars. If we get a breaker, I'd probably short like 2 micros, to be honest. I'll make money if it goes in my direction. It did go in your direction, though. We're not talking about direction. We're talking about final destination. Someone asked about my P&L. I'm down 1R, $250 across the funded accounts. Can you tell it's reversing? I just personally, as it's trading up here, as it's trading up, I just close. You see sensitivity, just close. That's how I do it. I don't have a TP. I don't set a take profit limit. I don't do TPs personally. Why shorts? I'm not in shorts. We won't be touching anything here. This is going way too sideways. How do you define sensitivity? This candle opened, traded up, closed right here. This candle opened and then started trading down. I'll view that as sensitivity. Lost a lot of accounts because of 5 points. If it's from passing an account, when I pass an account, I usually aggressively add into the position so the TP is even easier for me. This shit algorithmic. You taking a trade? Doesn't look like it, bro, if I'm being honest. You like jazz? Yeah, I like jazz. Short FUG broken. I don't see no short FUG. I see consolidation. This might be the move. Previous day's high. But everyone with a limit over there. Oh. What model do you trade? My own model. Open up some Ethiopian jazz. I'm on YouTube live stream and that wouldn't be allowed. Don't worry, guys. I'll place a sell so it hits previous day's high. Yes, sir. Did you go to college? I do. I did, yeah. I have a degree. 1050 macro. Took one loss here. Looks like that may be it for me in the morning session. Do you use that degree? Absolutely not. Oh man, this is awful. You have debt from college? Yeah. I will be probably paying it off next year in cash. October is usually a good month. I mean, this is fine. If we can get days like this the rest of October, I wouldn't mind. If one macro usually provide best out of delivery, the second one will most likely shit. Possible. Can you tell me the difference between alpha accounts, please? Nah. I would just check on their website, bro. They'll explain it better than me. I drive a 2008 Lexus. Imagine one good month of straight good price action. It still wouldn't really matter. I've had months with terrible price action that I've gotten payouts. I've had months with amazing price action and I still managed to not perform well. It doesn't really matter. Will you feel comfortable enough to size up? I am sizing up. I'm doubling my risk. It has retraced to at least 50%, so we'll be chilling on shorts. 50% of what? 2008 Lexus? Yeah. Exactly, brother. It's not the nicest car. It's just an old Lexus. How much payouts a month you recommend? I didn't realize there was recommendations. As many as you can, I suppose. When you're gonna buy a new car, not before I buy a house. Totally random. But price looks like a giraffe. Yo, it actually does look like a giraffe. Long ass neck. That's hilarious, bro. That's actually hilarious. PA is my biggest op. I don't think there's anything wrong with this price action personally. I don't think anyone can really complain. How can you not complain? Bro, this was a perfect run to previous day's high. You know? Okay, it fell 2 points short. Surely, you know, somehow the money's secured in the bag here. I went to calls for kinesiology. World's strongest fair value gap in here. It was inefficient through the middle here. Yeah, they didn't offer much. But, you know, when we're in a buy program, you want to see inefficiencies left open. Why? Because those inefficiencies are going to be targets for the sell program. Kind of idea. How much does a house cost in your country? Too much. Way too much. Do you limit? I don't limit order, no. Giraffe model. Once we get that neck breakout, bro, it's straight giraffe from there. What's kinesiology? Daddy called market makers for that high. I don't want to see that high get taken. I'm evil, bro. I want to see all you guys get edged so I can prove my point that you shouldn't take profits. You should look to close based on market information that's provided. It's really easy to get complacent when you just set a take profit, you're like, I did it, and I'm just gonna sit here and wait. No, man, it should not be that easy, in my opinion. You got to sit there and see what the market's telling you, and make logical decisions based on that. Why don't you want to see that high get taken? That can prove my point. Bro spotting against us. Is everyone really in a long looking for previous day's high still? Mom said limit orders. You bullish or bearish? Right. I mean, I don't think anyone can be bearish right now. Right now. I risk 250. Done. Looking for Monday high? It's possible. We're getting expansion right now. I swear it's going to hit previous day high. Is it cold in Canada right now? No, not too cold. Take previous day high and please drag it down. I want to see a master edge right now. I want all of you guys to get edged on previous day's high. What you studied? Kinesiology. Still holding the buy from 10 a.m. Newsweek? Nice, bro. Realistically, you could hold this for even Monday's high. 60 points. All right. There's previous day's high. There are really a lot of Indians in America. I live in Canada. Suppose I'll see here if we break off of that. I probably would execute. I think it's worth the risk. Probably not worth the risk, I'm gonna be honest. It's probably just a FOMO thing. But I do want to stay. I do want to stay up on live stream for a bit and see if it either speeds up to high of week or starts breaking down. I'm buying food with the 20 euros extra. In Canada, yeah, there is a lot, bro. You live in Ottawa? No, I live in near Toronto. Never miss my limit orders. How does every consolidation break up? Well, after consolidation, there's always going to be an expansion. Why dude want to short an uptrend? If you don't understand, then it would be too difficult to explain, brother. I'm going to be honest. I don't expect it to break lower, personally. I expect it to consolidate now, but that's just me. If I had to assume, I'd assume a straight run to high of week or consolidation. Really annoying. Are you putting giraffe in the model? No, we're not putting giraffe in the model. I have not seen the suspension block video. I will be watching that after this live stream. Can I get a happy birthday? Happy birthday, bro. Why you go to school with that degree? The reason I went to school with that degree was simply to learn very good principles of exercise and nutrition. Because of the government shutdown, NFP is labeled as tentative. How do you deal with the tax? Tax is not 50%. I don't know who told you that, but tax is very expensive. How do I deal with it? I cry, bro. I save money from payouts and then I cry. He evades it? Unfortunately not. You try to minimize them as much as you can, but it's gonna come around and it's pretty inevitable. Make sure you save some money. Took one loss on the short here. Everything else with a tape read. How much does it cost? Around 40K. That's 4K. 8K times 4. 32,000. Low-key cup and handle. Does that mean I can be a gym teacher? I was originally trying to become an online personal trainer. I gave up. That was my original goal. Canada's tax system is tragic, yes. It's very, very bad. Very, very bad. Did you get in? In what? IFEG? No, I wouldn't take it personally. You still work out? I do. I did have a back injury, but it is, I believe it's fully recovered. It is, my back is weak, but your tuition costs a whole car from where I am. I mean, it's the same here. do you think of ICC? No idea. I'm a personal trainer trying to bring your full-time trader. I mean, I made the switch. I probably would short this CISD. I'm going to be honest. It may not give a full reversal, but it is 1050 macro. I could trade this as a range model. See if we can recoup 1 to 2R. Give me a nice CISD. And we'll let's try it again. There isn't anything easy to aim for. I'd say this sell side is pretty easy. Even if that gives us 1R, I'd probably take that, to be honest. Give me the confirmation I'm looking for. I'm going to take the short there. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not in on the funded yet. If this candle flips, I'll short the funded as well. All right, I'm gonna end that short on the funded. All right. Trade number 2. We didn't get the CISD, but ES did close below that candle here. So it's there on ES. And yeah, it's immediately displacing higher. Hopefully we get a wick. I would have wanted to see this stay open. That's the first thing I was gonna say on this trade, but it did not stay open. Hopefully it holds. Stop at 921. 921. 921. Like we might immediately get stopped on this, but I still like it. 1050 macro, we broke, took out previous day high, took out the high here. No run on sell side in a while. ES, CISD, also inversion. So it's a good trade. I like it personally. We'll see if it plays out. Could be a bearish order block. If we can close below here, that's what I'd want to see. Could have waited for sensitivity on this one. Well, I did. But we shorted that low. I was just waiting. Nothing to do to manage the trade. If we close below here, I'll move the stop down. That's about it. That's all I can really do. There is a small gap here. I suppose I should probably zoom in here. So we'll see if price trades into that gap. Well, this is nice when you zoom in. It looks way better than exactly what you're working with here. See if price trades into this fair value gap, inverses it. If so, I'll move my stop to 915. Redemption start for October. This is it right here. Hopefully we don't start October 0-2. We may. And that's okay. But hopefully not. So 1, 2, 3 candles into the city. I like that we stayed in the lower portion with the bodies. How precise can I expect that to be? Hard to say, but fourth candle now trading into the SIBI. Definitely want to see some sensitivity now in the form of speed. 1050 macro just ended, so I'm still hoping going into lunch we can see a run lower. That was the premise of this trade. We are seeing it trade into the fair value gap now. That's there. I'm going to be moving the stop to 915, so at least we're not going to take a full size loss. Sorry, if this trade fails. See if we get the order block here. That is the bearish order block formation right there. I'm going to sell one in that bearish order block. Still under my original risk. This is annoying to adjust all the contracts and all the accounts and stuff. Just gonna like 0.85 R. I'm liking this sell side as the main objective for now. I want to see this stay open. Now, we could just aim to make back our original loss. Or we can shoot for the start. No, I'm joking. We're not going to. I don't want to take this TP away. I don't want to put a TP on this trade. The sell side is my main target for this. To me, it looks like a good idea to just make back my original loss. Actually, I'll be up $20. This could really go to expand. In terms of targeting stuff in lunch macro, I normally like the most recent dealing range low, which would actually be here, but because they're equal, I think we're just gonna take it and then close the chart. Just because ES looks like it's lagging behind anyways. So we'll set a TP at 874, move the stop to the body high right there. In fact, we can go right there on the OB high. So stop at 212. Sorry, 912. 912.5 is where it should be. Oh, not the highest risk reward trade, but 874.5. Yes. So we're seeing a retracement here. It's fine for now. Stop goes to the body high here because we formed the OB. Now we just wait and see if we can run sell side. We have equal lows now. A lot of sell side built up here. 874, yeah. 874.75. So we are coming back to that fair value gap that I ideally wanted to see stay open. Obviously not ideal, but could just be a retracement, no problem. Again, stop should be at 913. The body high there of the OB. Just want to make that really clear. I'm gonna add one more contract in there. 7 contracts in now. It's really annoying to adjust it every single time, but it's worth it. Stop at 913. Again, never risking above 250. In fact, we're only risking 215 on this trade. I could even add one more contract if I wanted to. I think I will do that there, and that'll be my last contract added. So now we'll actually be up a little bit on the day. Not that that matters, but just want to make that clear that this is a good way to scale into positions. Hopefully we just dive towards the sell side now. That would be nice. Yeah. Just give me a nice clean run lower. Yes, consolidating, obviously. It is what it is. This does have the potential to go really low. Not right about that. I'm just looking to make back my loss and a little bit. That's totally fine with me. If I want to really talk about targeting, yeah, I think this. I probably wouldn't look for more than this. You see, we touched that fair value gap there. Strong rejection, which is nice. Hopefully, we can see some follow through now. Make this really easy on me. Let's start September. Sorry, let's start off October in green. Just make up for the difficult September, you know? That's all I'm asking for. Make up for my difficult troubles that I had to go through. So we see the order block formation there. Now we're seeing the immediate rebalance here. Ideally, we stay below this red line, deliver lower, speedy, immediate rebalance. Otherwise, if not, it could get real choppy in here. And that's not ideal. Alright, man. Give me the speed. Yes, look, not even moving at all. So I'm just gonna be even grateful that Nasdaq is moving like this right now, to be honest. Yes, it's still we'd be break even the whole time. Nasdaq could just range PO3 model here. 11 minutes. I'd expect the low to get taken before 11 minutes. Is this what everyone felt when it was edging previous day's high? Take back what I said, guys. I didn't actually want it to edge you guys. I was joking. I wanted it to run through. So this is where I'm looking for sensitivity, just like I told you guys. Looking for sensitivity, none yet. I'm hovering the TP button. Well, TP6. Right there, I'm at close 6. I got a way better fill on the fundeds. Made back the loss. We'll leave the 1 micro there. Nice. I mean, we made back the loss. We are back. We are down $10. I don't see how that's possible when we would have been up 100. And that's what I do. I wait for the sensitivity because it's not worth it. I mean, look how close we got. Bastards, huh? Dirty people. Anyways, yeah, I terminated the trade on my accounts, so we're not in. We did make back some of the loss. We're down $18. Pretty good recovery, I would say. Good adding into the contracts. That was good scaling right there. Scale. Um, that's why. So, if you guys want to see the funded, I'll show these executions. So shorted, just like I said, shorted. We're down $18. This is across 5 Apex accounts as well. You guys can see the original loss here as well. So I'll take a picture. What's shocking to me is I would have been, if price hit this line, I would have been up 100 according to the TP. So my fill at 882, that I get 882 on 7, I guess 7 14 times 8 micros. Yeah, it would have been. That's $100 difference. That's pretty significant, no? Maybe I should have waited for the TP in that specific scenario because that's $100 difference. I mean, I'm not gonna complain. We recouped our loss, but this sell side would have been $100 difference. We would have been up 100 instead of down 18. So $128 difference. But anyways, we'll probably trade PM. So see if we can recoup there. So shorting the CISD here. And shorting the inversion here. Those are the screenshots. This is a range PO3 model, by the way. So I'll screenshot that, put it in the Discord. Wednesday, October 1st, October 1st, 2025. Trade 1, protraction model short. It was a short-term high into an M1 IFUG, AM, low DOL. Let's just, I think that was 950 macro, right? Sure. Result, loss, trade 2, range model short, which I don't teach, by the way. Previous day high, M1 CISD. M15 FEG DOL. Consolidation low. I'm going to say consolidation low. Consolidation low DOL. And then obviously 1050 macro, the most important part about that trade. Result, win. Content with my trades. if I'm being honest. I wanted to align with statistic of Monday, high of week, high of day. Still possible, but now more unlikely. Was on the wrong side today. That's all. Very simple. Yeah, was just on the wrong side. Very good management and composure and scaling in to the winner to recoup loss, never increased risk. That's something I said specifically I wanted to improve going into October, and I've already done it the last couple of days of September, and you can already see this trade is not that good to start with, right? But then I added contracts, and let me specifically show here because I missed it on the. We added 3. I shorted 5, and I added 3 contracts into the trade because I moved my stop down, and that's what allowed me to be break even on the day. Had I not added contracts, this trade would have been, 1R. Now, admittedly, first of all, you can obviously see the TP here ended up paying off really well. Maybe in hindsight, I should have just put it at this low. I got a better fill than that low, right? Well, I got a worse fill than that low. I did say the dealing range low, right? Which technically was this one. I did assume the relative equal lows would get taken. This is the dealing range low right here. So I probably should have TP'd right there. But it's fine. No big deal. So I'm really content. Really content. That's all I got to say. I am content with that. With that trading is really good. Really good patience to recoup that loss. Yeah. Yeah, I was underage trading on someone else's account. I got banned from power. No, don't worry about legal stuff, bro. You're fine. People arguing a TikTok trade. You think price goes lower? If you want my intuition-based answer, personally, I still think Monday high of week is likely. You took 1050 macro. Yeah, it was a recoup loss for me, bro. I shorted here as well. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream, man. We did lose this trade. I was on the wrong side, obviously. We did recoup the loss here in the range model PO3. I recommend the standard account, but if you're brand new, get a. If you're in the standard account, if you're brand new, get a 0. Why standard? It's a little bit easier, but like I said, if you're new and you're still getting your first couple, just get the 0 because it's way cheaper. It's 3 times cheaper. The 0 is 3 times cheaper, so it's worth it. But let me remind you guys before I head out, I am giving away 2 iPads. 2 iPads. If you want to join, it is a code-based giveaway. But again, there's 2 iPads, better than no giveaway. So if you want to use my code with Alpha Futures, please send me a DM on Discord if you want to enter. That way I know you use my code and I can verify that you use my code. And I will add you into the giveaway. 1 code, usage is 1 entry. It's going to be a giveaway for the whole month of October. We're going to do some free giveaways. And we're going to do some more account giveaways with the specific iPad giveaway. 2 iPads. The poker giveaway, we will do that. I'm waiting for Funded Next to pay me. I said very clearly, any money I make from Funded Next affiliation, I will give back in cash to you guys. So there is money in the Funded Next affiliation. I have not been paid any of it yet. As soon as I do, I will host that poker giveaway for cash. Anyways, overall, pretty good trading day. I am a little bit upset that we didn't hit TP because I would have been up 100 across 8 accounts, and I could have journaled. It would have been like perfect. But being down $18 after we're down 250, I can't really complain. We did really well on this trade. Maybe could have. No, I couldn't have added any more contracts. We were already maxed out, so it could deliver lower. For example, this fair value gap that's open could be a strong draw. Again, it's not going to be for me to trade that. I appreciate you guys coming through. What's the reason why some FEGs left open? Great question. When the market reverses, okay, first of all, there's one, okay, I'll give you two answers. One, there's signatures in price where you want to see FEGs left open. If we consolidate and go like this, that fair value gap should be left open, ideally. Okay, that's one. Two, yeah, standard has activation fee, exactly. That's one. Two, when you're bullish, imagine you should be seeing speed towards previous day's high. Okay, the reason you want to see fair value gaps left open is because the immediate draw is not this fair value gap. Think about it like fuel. Okay, if we have 100 rocket fuel, we don't want to waste fuel trading back into every single gap, right? We want to use all our fuel to deliver to previous day's high, right? That's the objective. You want to deliver to previous day's high. You got edged so hard, so did I. I had to close early. That's why I said I always look for sensitivity. That's why I don't just set a TP and then set and forget. Look at that edge, 1 point. Now in hindsight, what should I have done? Probably put TP 1 point higher. Okay, usually I do that. We probably should have been filled there. I ended up losing out on $100, $800 if you want to multiply across all my accounts. So that was a mistake in my end. But at least I closed. Look where I got out, compared to where it is right now. Not very nice. Not very nice. There you go. Right? There you go. It's definitely something that changed my trading. Not using limit orders. Exactly. Not every day doesn't have to hit your level to big one. It's not about whether the target's good. Don't demand that much level of perfection. You can demand that level of perfection, but don't demand it as the only way for you to make money. It does not make sense. If you take an amazing trade, don't say it has to hit this level for me to make money. You just took an amazing trade. You're up so many points. Why are you demanding something very specific in order for you to make money? We're not talking about like a tape read. Oh, I see this level should get hit. Like, we're talking about you making money, right? Money going into your bank account. Are you really going to be that stingy in how perfect it must deliver? It's not a good thing to do, I took 2 trades, 1 loss, 1 win. We're break even on the day now. For real, over like 2. It's not worth the risk to reward even. If you want to talk about logically what's the best thing to do, you're basically saying, I'm going to take a trade like this, right? Like that's literally what you're saying. Oh, this is the trade idea. Market goes here and your stop loss is here. Why the hell would you do this? What's your average R per week? That's a hard question to ask. I average around 2. Some weeks more, some weeks less. Depends. Mind you, I also have consistency rules on these accounts, so I try to average around 1 to 2. Risk the position for literally 1 point today, technically. See? It's a good lesson, though. Take it as a blessing. Don't take it as a bad thing. You didn't get out when I did. Just take it. That's fine. Listen. The only reason I know this is because I traded so many times. There's specifically one scenario. Do you guys want me to tell you what it was? Let me show you guys. I know I should probably go make breakfast. Let me show you guys. I remember the day. I will never, ever, ever, ever forget the day. If you guys are still here, it's right here. Yeah, I fucking remember this day, bro. I remember. It's August, September last year. Look at this. Look at this. Look at these triple equal highs here on the daily chart. Okay? Triple equal highs. Triple. I don't even think that's the day, actually. Hold on. Let me double check. Let me just make sure it's that day. But that's basically what happened. There was triple daily equal highs. And I was the guy who said, oh, it must. It has to. And I took an absolutely beautiful long. It would have been one of my largest trades in terms of points ever. And I didn't hit TP. It came back and I hit break even. I'm pretty sure. I can't 100% confirm. It's this trade right here. It's this day. I believe. In fact, if you scroll through my TikTok or Instagram, you'll find the day. I made a TikTok about it. I literally said, I was like, I was in this trade, and it was the best trade I've taken in a very long time. Very good delivery, very good points on the trade. Would have been, you know, a lot of money made on that trade. Not that that's the most important thing, but obviously, you know, we're here to make money. And I let it come back break even. I have 5 accounts on Apex, and I personally do them one by one. I pass one by one. This run was pretty good. I bought 7 in total. We ended up passing 5. So not bad. I believe it was this day. It was this day right here. Yeah. I was aiming for this previous day high, and it was this. And I caught this amazing long, and I never hit TP, man. It edged me. It edged me by 0.75. I was devastated, bro. You guys should have seen the devastation. I was truly devastated. How long did you spend on eval? No more than a week. You don't know devastation. You don't know. Ever since that day, by the way, that was the same day ICT made a post. That same day, he said, that same day on YouTube live stream, he said, if you were in longs today and you kept your take profit at previous day high and you didn't close out the majority of your position, you're greedy. He's like, you're greedy. He's like, why are you demanding such level of perfection when the market already moved so much in your favor? Like, why does it, you know? And I was like, oh my God, he's literally talking about me. Shout out to ICT for that. Because if he didn't say that, I don't know if I would have come up with that solution. On Apex, when you pass, how do you activate the monthly or lifetime? Bro, please do not do the monthly activation on Apex. That shit is so stupid, bro. I don't know why it's even an option. Does anyone really use that option? It's no way you're gonna have the fun that. The only reason it would not be worth it is if you think you're gonna blow the account in 1 month. But why would you get it funded if you plan to blow it in 1 month? It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through. I will make an updated video. Sure, I can do that. I'll probably do that next. Pretty easy video. All the templates and stuff. I appreciate you guys coming through to the live stream. I will be live again tomorrow. I guess NFP is not Friday, so maybe we'll trade tomorrow. Maybe only A plus tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, at least wait for the second one. This guy. At least wait for the second one. That's hilarious. On Apex when you pass, yeah. Good trading, yeah. Appreciate you. Yeah, no NFP, so I guess tomorrow. You know. Did you end up getting south on that short? You took profit. We took profits, yeah. I showed you guys the executions, right? So shorted, added 3 micros on this trade. Yeah, I might trade tomorrow. We'll see. And then same thing on Apex. Copy traded. Ignore these evals. Those evals are for NFP. I'm gonna do my first NFP trade. 150Ks. Those are. And oh, we're actually up on Apex, so that's nice. I like seeing. I'm gonna be honest. I like seeing the green in TradeZella. How am I up on Apex? I added more contracts on Alpha. I must have got a really bad fill. Just I guess 82275. Literally TP'd at the high of this candle, bro. On up. First payout today, nice, bro. Anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Stay safe. Make sure to send me if you use my code so I can add you to the iPad giveaway.